You're watching Adam the Bull on the Bet Rivers Network.
Welcome, everybody, to the latest edition of the Bullpen with Adam the Bull, brought to you by Bet Rivers. We had some technical problems going live tonight. I was on for about 10 minutes, 12 minutes, and the last few minutes got screwed up with some we were trying to figure it out. And then we started again. For some reason, the first 7 minutes, it was working fine. And then we had the technical difficulties. I'm as frustrated as you are. I feel like we have a lot of momentum together as passionate fans and host and listener. And so I really am frustrated and sorry about the technical difficulties. I don't think it's a problem on my end. I've never had any technical difficulties from my studio. We did have technical difficulties earlier in the postseason one night when I tried to do the show from somewhere else. But when I've done it from my home studio, we never have a problem. So we're not sure what exactly happened. Got a bunch of guys working to troubleshoot it. And hopefully it'll be the last time there'll be a problem. So if you were trying to listen tonight, Monday night, hopefully you got something out of what I said. We'll kind of recap it here a little bit, and we'll move forward, and hopefully the rest of the postseason, everything will go smooth and live, because I love being live on with you. I love being able to instantly react to what you're putting in the chat after I get through my thoughts. Quick recap of what I said if you missed it, or if you're watching for the first time. Obviously a frustrating game one. I go back to the beginning, and I didn't say this before, but during the broadcast when they talked about how the trainer had some concerns about Cobb's arm strength, that his blister was fine, his fingernail was fine, but they worry about, like, because he hasn't thrown much. It really got me thinking, why did they have this need? Why has Alex Cobb started 2 of the first 6 Guardians playoff games when he's barely pitched all year, when you have Ben Lively not on the roster, who's been consistently good? Gavin Williams on the roster hasn't pitched at all, has way better stuff than Alex Cobb. I just don't get it. I think there was a mistake. I think they should have started Gavin Williams in game one. It's easy to say it now. It is a bit of a second guess. I did get more information, so it's not 100% unfair, but it's a little unfair. I just really frustrated by that. Alex Cobb has not been good in these 2 postseason starts. I don't want to see him start again, but now at this point, what choice do you have? He's probably going to have to start again in one of these, probably game 5, assuming there is a game 5, which I'm confident there will be. But I think he's going to have to start again, and I really don't want to see him anymore. I had no problem with Joey Cantillo coming into this game in the 3rd inning. Obviously, he was a mess. Bo Naylor didn't help. I had a huge problem with Stephen Vogt bringing him out again in the 4th inning. And I know the argument will be, well, they had two lefties coming up, so what do you want me to do? I would have rather brought in Sobrowski and deal with Judge potentially with Sobrowski, because you got to face 3 hitters. Even though I've said I don't want to see any lefties facing Judge, but you're already down 3-0 anyway. I don't want a pitcher who can't find the strike zone at all. Cantillo was lost. He was in over his head, and the bumbling catcher behind the plate wasn't helping him. Or go just bring in the righties. I mean, Juan Soto's going to kill anybody, lefty-righty. So go bring in Avila. Avila did a great job. He did a great job out of that pen. I thought Sobrowski, even though he gave up the home run to Stanton late, I thought Sobrowski did a really good job. Walters did a nice job in his inning. Rocchio stayed hot, hit the home run. They gave him life. They missed that opportunity. You had a big opportunity in the 8th inning. I did not like pinch hitting Brennan, who's been ice cold, for a red-hot David Fry. And I get it. David Fry's been terrible against righties, but he had one of the biggest hits of the playoffs in Game 4. He's got nearly an 800 OPS. He had a hit earlier in the game. He's come through for you when you needed him in the big game to turn the Tiger series around. I don't want to bring in Will Brennan fresh off the bench against the Yankees' best relief pitcher. Fry was hot from the game. And then Jose, I think people are going over the top with the criticism of Jose, but some of it's fair. I mean, if you're going to try to denigrate his whole career, that's too far. But saying he's been bad in the playoffs is fair. Saying he's been bad in these playoffs is fair. I mean, he's got a 642 OPS. That's lousy. And he hit the ball hard twice, but that's not good enough. He had his opportunity. You're a superstar. You had a superstar moment. 5-2, eighth inning, 2 runners on. Kwan came through. Rocchio came through. Those two have been clutch. Jose had his chance with 2 outs. I know Weaver's been really good, but he's not Emmanuel Clase. You had your opportunity, and you did nothing with it. And the 9th, after a leadoff walk, they went out meekly there, too. Positives. Like I said, the bullpen after Cantillo pitched well. The fact that you didn't have to use any of your big relievers today was huge. So tomorrow, hopefully you get some innings out of Bibee. But all 4 of your top relievers haven't pitched. They would have had 2 days off. That's big. And they'll have a day off on the back end. So whatever you need from the big 4 tomorrow is reasonable. And if Bibee does his job, you might only need 1 inning from each of them, which would be ideal. And if that happens and they can find a way to win on Tuesday, well, now everybody's fresh going into game 3 and you're back home. In a perfect world, those guys pitch 1 inning each. After Bibee goes 5, they win the game. We're tied the series. They've stolen home field advantage. You go back home, and those guys have only pitched 1 inning in 4 days after the off day on Wednesday. That'd be the ideal situation. I know it feels doom and gloom. I know when things start to go bad against the Yankees, it feels worse than other teams. Listen, I fucking hate the Yankees. I hate them with every fiber of my being. And this doesn't even have much to do with the Guardians, although it's been amplified since I've gotten into the Guardians. I hated the Yankees from the moment I was a kid. I always hated the Yankees. Their fans are obnoxious, and many of them are friends of mine back in New York. Although most of my friends were Met fans. But I have plenty of friends who are Yankee fans. Their fans are generally obnoxious. They're arrogant. They're idiotic. And there's some fans can be. I can't stand everything about it. I love Anthony Rizzo, but I hate him right now. I hate Jazz Chisholm wearing the condom on his head during the game. I hate Austin Wells' dopey-looking mustache. I hate Gleyber Torres. I hate Alex Verdugo and his overrated ass. I hate Anthony Volpe being overrated because he's from New York. I hate Carlos Rodon. I'm saying hate too much, but I don't care because I have hated the Yankees from the moment I was born, and I will hate them till the day I die. And I want nothing more than the Guardians to come back and win this series. It is not over. After game 3, and I know the Yankees are better than the Tigers, but the Tigers have been the hottest team in baseball, and they had Tarek Skubal still going, and nobody thought they could come back in that series. Not nobody, but a number of people. Most of the national media wrote them off. Let them write the Guardians off. You win game 2, it's a whole nother series. You got your best guy. Now, they got their best guy going too. But you got a fresh pen. You got a better pen. Their pen's not fresh. They had to use their guys today. We'll get Manzardo had a good at bat in the lineup, and let's get it going. You flush this game, just like I'm going to flush this screwed up live broadcast Monday night. We flush it. We move on to game 2. 7:38 start. Tanner Bibee, Gerrit Cole. You got to jump on them early. You win this game, now it's a best of 5 again. Now it's a best of 5, and you got a pretty fresh bullpen. That's it. In a perfect world, they got to use their good bullpenners again, and the Guardians still win the game. While limiting the use of their bullpenners to 1 inning apiece, their key guys. So I'm gonna lean on the positives. Yes, it was frustrating. The inning, that third inning was like a little league inning. It was embarrassing. The Naylor brothers can't hit to save their lives. Jose has done very little in the postseason. John Kenzie, Noel, and Will Brennan are getting nothing out of right field. Honestly, I think if he can do it, and I know because of physical issues he hasn't been able to, but if he's able to do it, I would play David Fry in right field, even against the righties, because you got 3 straight righties coming up. I'd play David Fry in right field and Manzardo at DH. I know that some people want Fry to stay at DH, Manzardo play first base, and bench Josh Naylor. You can't do that. I know he's not playing well. I know he looks out of shape. He's always been heavy. He did make a nice play on that wild throw by Cobb on a pickoff throw. I thought he looked athletic on that play. You can't bench Josh Naylor. You have to hope he turns it around. He's your second best hitter. I mean, right now it feels like he's not. But for the crux of the season, he was your second best player, offensive player. You got to hope he can rally and get it done. He hasn't been able to so far. They're going to need him. They're not going to bench him. A catcher is a disaster. Neither guy can hit. I don't even know what to say. Bo Naylor was completely lost at the plate. I would have considered sticking with Angel Martinez on the roster to see what he had. They didn't give him an opportunity. I don't think Schneemann does anything for me. John Kenzie's lost at the plate right now, although he did get one hit in this game. All right, that's it for me for now. Again, sorry for the technical difficulties. We'll be back live Tuesday night after the game. Should have all the technical things cleaned up and ready to go. I'm with you. We'll be together after every game live. I'll also have a Browns pod on Tuesday. I'm going to talk with my man John Fanta on Wednesday, so we're locked and loaded with content. Thanks to Max. We'll talk to you next time. Where else but right here in the bullpen with Adam the Bull, brought to you by Bet Rivers.